Hi, I'm Tim Cooper. I'm a composer and a lecturer at the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland.
And I'm Rory McCleery. I'm a countertenor singing as part of Ensemble 1604.
The piece that I've made, Shadows That in Darkness Dwell, is based on material from John Dowland's Pavane Antique, which is from his 7 Tears, which is based on the Pavane Lacrymae, which is one of his most famous melodies. And that piece was published in 1604. A nice 2019 link as I was making the piece was that in amongst all of the Brexit shenanigans, the Speaker of the House invoked the parliamentary precedent that meant they couldn't have a third reading of the bill, and the last time that happened was in 1604. So the ensemble was nearly called Division. I've been fascinated by early music for longer than I've been a composer, having played a little bit of recorder and playing early music on brass instruments as I did my undergrad degree, and I've been endlessly fascinated by early music performance and the kind of sensibility that they have as performers and the delicacy and but also the emotional intensity that they bring to their performance. And I really wanted to emphasize that and make something that made even more out of that kind of emotional intensity.
I think what's really interesting is, for me certainly, knowing the Dowland extremely well, it's been wonderful to see and to hear and to experience what Tim has done in reshaping it and actually discovering all sorts of new things about the texture, about the harmony, about the way the piece works. Through Shadows That in Darkness Dwell, so that when we come back actually to the original, to Flow My Tears, you see it in a completely different light. And that's what's lovely, is that actually sort of, you can endlessly rediscover this music because you get these different perspectives from this kind of, looking at it through a contemporary lens, which is so fascinating. Of course, the countertenor voice is something that sometimes disarms people because they don't necessarily expect that particular sonority to come out of me. And so there's a little bit of a kind of disjunct sometimes there. But also I think that the voice is so closely associated. There's this real affinity between the music of Dowland and the countertenor voice because of the legacy of people like Alfred Deller and James Bowman and all of these countertenors that have performed this repertoire in the past. But what's lovely is that because of the kind of slightly ethereal or kind of other nature of the voice, it works so well in the setting of contemporary composition because it provides this very distinct colour. But what's been really lovely for me actually is feeling really integrated as part of the ensemble, so that we very much are all equals, because so often the voice is kind of somehow elevated above because we have text or for whatever other reason, so it becomes kind of voice and accompaniment. But here it's very much a consort in the truest sense, in the kind of Renaissance sense, a broken consort where the voice is simply another instrument as part of the ensemble, and that's what's so refreshing and exciting about it. I think it's going to be really exciting because it's bringing a mixture of early and new music to what is going to be a really wonderfully relaxed setting, allowing people to experience this music in a very direct, very immersive way. And also, I think, shedding new light on both the early material and the new music because of the juxtaposition. And I think that's going to be really interesting for us as performers, but also for audiences, which I think is really cool.